Hello, this is Hans Hobbies, and this is really exciting for me because I've been looking for one of these Super Hornets for a long time, and I was lucky enough, around where I live, have this thing come up on Facebook Marketplace. So as soon as it came up, I had to go pick it up. So I paid like $85 for this, which I think is pretty decent, considering at the time of when I was filming this video, there's none for sale on eBay, not even used. The only one that's on sale for on eBay is a brand new inbox one for like $400, and I'm not sure I want to pay that much for this. But this isn't great. This isn't overall great condition. I'll go over a little bit about it, but basically it's been used. There's like scuffs and stuff, but there's nothing major broken on it. The transmission's smooth, the motor works fine. It originally had this MSC in it and this giant AM receiver, and came with this radio, but the radio turns out to be broken, so I'll see if I can fix that, just because I want to. It'd be cool to use this radio. I just think that'd be cool. But for now, what I've done is just some light restoration. So I've cleaned it up and I've fixed a couple things. So the only damages on it besides the light scuffing is like the all the decals coming up. And the decals coming up like that seems to be a common issue on these Super Hornets. But I have a new set of decals coming in from MCI Racing, so I'm not too concerned about the decals. And because I'm gonna take all the decals off and actually repaint this shell with black paint, so it'll look a little nicer. But yeah, as you can see, this is the light here is cracked. And then both bumper mounts, you can see I have plastic weld on there right now, but both side bumper mounts were broken off, so I had to put those back on with this plastic weld. I'm hoping it holds. If not, I'll just buy a new Grasshopper 2 chassis. It's not that big of a deal. The things that I was most concerned about was one, the body, because the body and this rear lower suspension mount, those are the rare parts and the unique parts to this car. Everything else is just parts bin, so they're easy to find. Everything's readily available right now, because they're still in production. But the body is in excellent condition. There's some scuffs, like I said, from being used. But overall, there's no chips, no dings, just the light scuffing, and all that will go away with some sanding and paint. So I'm not too worried about that. So I'm really happy with this body, the condition of this body. It is also missing the driver figure, but that can be easily remedied. And then the rear suspension mount, the lower suspension mount is in excellent condition. It looks brand new. Like there's no scratches on it whatsoever. And just the whole car, once I cleaned it up a little bit, it was kind of gross inside because it seemed like it was run a few times but then never cleaned and just kind of put on a shelf. But I took all the old stuff out, cleaned it up, and the chassis looks real nice. Like there's no scratches on the inside. Even on the bottom, there's very minimal scratching. So this is a really good condition car that I was pretty lucky to find so close to me and for so little money, relatively. The front tires are also in pretty good condition. There's no cracks or anything. All the pins seem to be relatively still tall. The rear tires, as expected, were kind of worn out, but I didn't mind that because then I didn't feel as guilty driving on them. And then the wheels, both sides, have the common stress marks already appearing on the spokes. So I have the stock servo on there right now. It came with two servos, obviously for the MSC and then for the steering. But because this is not working, I'm gonna put in this receiver, which is just like a generic branded Spectrum receiver. I have it on a lot of my cars. And then I'm gonna put a Tamiya ESC in it, and then that should be that. I have the resistor mount still on there just because I think it looks cool. But yeah, I'll get all that on, and then hopefully we'll do a running video. So I got it all cleaned up. I have the new receiver in there, and then I have the TBLE 02S Tamiya speed controller in there. I left the resistor on, like I said, just because it looks cool. And you notice the old receivers in there again. So I said it was broken, but apparently it's not. I'm just dense. And I put the batteries in backwards. So this is the radio I'm using on it right now, just for that nostalgic value. I did drive it with the mechanical speed control, and I hate it. So also it's very sketchy how it doesn't have a brake and how it just runs away randomly. So yeah, I'm gonna use this. I really like this radio because I think this is really cool. It's super analog. The little gauge. But yeah. So let's see how it runs. Oh, and the battery I'm using is just a 3000 milliamp nickel metal hydride battery with a Tamiya plug on it. And the motor is still the stock 20-year-old motor that's in it. And it's getting along pretty peppy. It kind of spins around and stuff because I've been driving a little bit before this. And you can see the tires are pretty bald now. They had some spikes left in it when I got it, but they're pretty bald now. Oh, the front tires are alright though. I'll probably end up replacing them with some like modern Tamiya buggy tires, like some like DT03 tires or something. Just because I have a set. And these original tires are really expensive. The fronts are like 40 bucks on eBay right now. The rears are just about the same. And I don't really want to spend 80 bucks on the tire when I only spent $85 on the whole car. Oh, looks like it's stuck. So if you can see, I also, these didn't hold. The plastic wheel didn't hold, so those broke again. So it's kind of dumb that I have to, because this chassis is really clean. But because this is part of the chassis, like integrated into the chassis, if I want to replace this, I have to get the whole new chassis. So that's basically what I did. I just bought a new chassis for it. It was only like $10, luckily, because the Grasshopper 2 shares the same chassis and that's re-released. So technically it won't be a vintage chassis anymore, which is kind of sad, but I'd rather it have a bumper and protect the body, which is the most important part of the car, because the body and the rear mount is the only unique part on this car. I don't want the body to get destroyed, just so I can say it's a vintage chassis, because I want this bumper on it. Also, it looks better with the bumper on it, in my opinion. So when that comes in, I'll put that in, and hopefully it'll be all fully restored. But I really like how it drives. It drives way better than the original Hornet, in my opinion. A lot more stable, probably from the lower profile tires it has. And also the rear shock mount also helps with stability, I think. And this is not running any this is not running any ball bearings either. It's just still the stock bushings that's been in there since it was built in the 90s. And it's still good, getting along pretty quickly. So once I put some ball bearings in there, it'll probably be even faster. So yeah, I really like how it drives. I'll probably do a original Hornet versus Super Hornet video at some point. I'm also planning on getting a Rising Fighter, which is technically a Hornet. And I'll do a comparison video of the 3 or the 2, depending on when I get the Rising Fighter. But I think that'd be a cool video to watch. So yeah, it's my quick little video for the Tamiya Super Hornet. I know a lot of people have memories of this car, especially nowadays. The 90s is the new 80s. It's the new vintage. It's the new retro. A lot of us 90s kids, we're all grown up now, and we're the incoming freshmen or recent additions to the workforce. So hopefully a lot of people remember this car, and Tamiya notices they'll re-release this. I'm surprised they haven't already, considering how the Grasshopper 2 got re-released. But yeah, tell me what you think about this car. Tell me what you think about Super Hornet, about re-release, what you've done to yours, any Super Hornet stories you have. But yeah, thanks for watching, and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys later.